because that's bad advice. Poor directions, Luke O'Shea. Now, he just got 2 spins 2 weeks in a row there, only because...
You like him.
Hey. No, we've got a few requests to replay that one there, so there you go. Good old Luke O'Shea. Well, I tell you what, we are talking about opening doors at the moment, aren't we? Because a lot of doors have opened for a lot of people lately, and we cannot forget the most beautiful redhead around. And because it's not Tracy Clean, we have a redhead right here in Toowoomba, and because we're talking about Victoria Edwards, and she joins us tonight. How you going, Victoria?
Good, thank you. How are you?
Good. New album out, Open Doors, and of course we are celebrating the new single off the album, Open Doors.
That's right. Well, the album's actually called Authentic, and the first single is Open Doors. And
I'm a bit confused there. Oh, well.
Yeah, well, I was trying to get a segue in there, Victoria. I was trying to go, I love this authentic new album. It's such a beautiful one to have on a big blue sky day like today. I was trying to get a segue in, but anyway.
Yes, that was very good. Well done.
Oh,
and, of course, Big Blue Sky was the debut album. How long ago was that?
I think I did that one about 5 years ago, and that was so fun to do. We actually recorded that over in Armidale and had a ball when we did that. But I tell you what, the journey that I've been on since then is just incredible, and that's why the album is called Authentic, because it's really me, and it's about life and love and all that sort of stuff. It's just a great story of life, really.
We try and catch up with Australian country music artists every week here on 101.5 FM every Thursday night. And one of the things that's a common thread between everyone is what they've learned between album 1 and album 2. What they've learned. Is that the same for you, Victoria?
Oh, absolutely, because after I did the first album, I was accepted into the College of Country Music. I was a finalist in the Star Maker competition as well, and so I really had not only the musical journey, but also this educational process, being able to be mentored by so many amazing artists. We had my mentor at the college was Brendan Walmsley, who is a wonderful songwriter. And I also got to spend some time with Marilyn Carter from Carter and Carter fame, and spent some time down at her home also. And so really, the journey was amazing. And I did a bit of work in commercial radio also, so I got to really sort of pick the brains of, some great music directors as well, and say, well, what do you want in an album? What's expected? And, really learn from both sides of the track, really.
Well, it's interesting that you say that, because it is very different when you are on the other side of the album. You're doing segues yourself there. Track 1, track 2. But, yeah, because a lot of people think, from say, this side, and even our listeners. So you've actually got 3 corners here, or 3 pieces, where the listener goes, that's all they do is they sing, they're fantastic, they get up there, and that's all that they do. But there's a whole different life behind it. It's not that easy, is it?
No, it's not. And I think, too, with my first album, I did most of the writing with a friend of mine who's a guitarist. His name's Simon Mellor, and he's a wonderful, wonderful writer. But because I was new to the craft and really, I guess was a bit shy of putting myself really out there, and so to actually go through that process with him, and him being such a great writer on this next album, having gone through that process and then just getting rid of that fear, I guess, and stepping out of my comfort zone and being the main lead writer on those songs as well was a really big step for me. And, taking that trip over to Nashville and with my producer and writing with some amazing writers overseas as well. But I had to bring the ideas, I had to bring the stories and all that to the table to actually write the songs and then work with these musicians and these writers over there. So, it's this big journey, this big round trip to get myself to that authentic place of being confident and comfortable with my own story and with who I am and how I actually go about writing songs, because that can change on a daily basis as well.
Yeah, well, that's right. It depends on the moods. Now, you mentioned the Tamworth College of Country Music. Now, a lot of people go down and they come out, they go in thinking one thing, and they always come out with another. So from your journey between Toyota Star Maker and the Tamworth College, what has been the big difference before and after those two?
I think really just getting a hold of who I am and where I want to sit in the industry as well, and being confident to say, this is how I do it, and this is what I can produce, and just being confident with myself, because I think if you're sort of floating around not really believing in yourself, you kind of get that doubt and that little voice in your head, you know, the one that just is really loud sometimes. And you just want to tell that to be quiet and just do what you love doing. And I think that's the biggest thing, which I guess comes with age as well. But going through and being with those mentors and actually, you know, learning from them gave me the confidence to just do it. And that was the whole thing with everybody that I've ever spoken to about the songs and things like that. I've said, you know, just do what's in your heart. I spoke with Dennis Dunstan, who was Fleetwood Mac's manager for a long time, for about 20 odd years, and he's back in Australia now, and I sent him some of my work, and he said, you know, gave me some really great compliments about it, but also gave me some constructive criticism, and then, you know, suggested a songwriter and, you know, different people to work with. So I think listening and being confident enough to stand your ground, but also humble enough to accept the help and the advice when it's given.
Well, there's no doubt about it that the debut single that opened doors is off the album Authentic is doing some terrific stuff as well. What's the feedback as far as the single itself from radio stations around the Darling Downs and Country Queensland and the country music stations?
Oh, it's so exciting. It's so wonderful. Everybody's been really positive about it. I've had lots of people tell me that they've added it to their playlist. So I'm so excited about that. Oh man, it just makes me so excited. I wake up in the morning, I'm like, I'm doing music professionally. I'm full-time music, and I've got this song. It's on the radio, and people are jumping on the Facebook page and, you know, telling me they like the song. And, you know, I feel like an international superstar, because I've had people from Texas that I don't even know, you know, get in touch with me, and people from Canada and England, and this Swedish guy wrote to me the other day saying he really liked the song and he listened to it on YouTube, and I'm like, oh my goodness, how is that happening? So the feedback's been really good.
Yeah, the computer media just goes mad, doesn't it? You don't know what's going on or who's actually listening and when they're doing it.
Well, this is the thing. That's what's so weird, because, I mean, the single is on iTunes at the moment. We've had the single released for about 3 weeks now, and on iTunes we don't get any feedback about how many have been sold for about 3 months. So I have no idea. All I know is that people are jumping on the Facebook page that I don't know and saying, love your song, just bought it on iTunes. I'm like, well, at least I've sold a few, which is helpful.
Well, there's my next copy.
I can tell you tonight that we've got a very special guest coming on at 7:15 Queensland time tonight from New Zealand. Ali Cook is going to be joining us. And
I wrote to her on Facebook when I saw that she was going to be on tonight's show.
Well, Ali's got a big band of people tuning in on the World Wide Web. Of course, we're streaming live on 101.5 FM, and they're all tuning in. So you've got
all them onto iTunes.
So you'll have a New Zealand following after we play this song. So without any further ado, Victoria Edwards, we might get you to introduce this song for our listeners.
Oh, thank you so much. Well, hi everyone. My name's Victoria Edwards. G'day to all the Kiwis as well. Aloha or kia ora, that's what I should say to them. This is my first single of my new album, Authentic. It's called Open Doors. I know you're going to love it.